Okay, so it's Friday, and then the first time I looked at the thing to see the time, and it was 4:33, and then I thought it was 4:23, but it was 4:33, and then I looked at a couple videos, so then I just went and looked, and it was 4:41, as I was ready to start, and that's the information, and I get that all the time with the numbers, so that's what I want to say. This thing is so janky again. I gotta order another one. I swear to God. Nothing, they don't make shit to last. Everything is just, so we just buy it. Buy it over and over and over and over. My braid is basically falling out now, but I haven't brushed my hair or anything, so it's a mess. But did I already say it was Friday? I'm so out of it. Fuck. And then, yeah, it's so weird. It's like going faster, man, on this. So I couldn't sleep the other night, and it was like electrical shocks and all that stuff again. And then yesterday, I kept conking out and taking naps. And then I was totally out last night. And then I got woke up. And then the dreams have been so vivid. Oh my God, they've been so crazy. One of them, I went somewhere and I was sitting down at this table, and it was weird because it was like I was observing myself with this happening or something, because it was like I was hearing myself say or hear, is she gonna see him or something? And then it was switching back and forth from me in the dream and me watching myself in the dream. And then I look up and I see my person, who I believe is my person. That's the whole thing. I'll explain it later, however things play out. Because I'm just, I have no idea. Like but anyways, this person who entered my orbit, my field of energy, in 2017, yeah, because it was 11/11/17, and that number popped up. Even yesterday, I went to take my mom out to see my nephew. My youngest sister's kid was playing baseball game up there, and he's really, good at baseball. And Mom went to go up and watch and everything, and it was right close, so I went and took her, and my sister was trying to point out which one she is, and she's like, oh, he's the one in 17. I said, oh, 17, one of my favorite numbers. And then I said, oh, and he just so happens to be standing next to 11. Huh, that's so weird, 11/17. Like, that number is constantly popping up for me, which also holds this person's birthday. Like, there's some kind of entanglement that I would really like to know what the hell's going on. And so, but their birthday is just 1/1/7, so not 11. But anyways, that number sequence pops up all the time. And then I started recognizing that that the 1/7 would pop up all the time, in regards to just how, like, when I'm going to talk about something, 411 or 144 or something will pop up, and that other number will pop up when it has to do with like questions or something. And that's why I said I am sure that that number is used, and that same letter is used because it is a representation of something about questioning things, opening your mind. It's something about it. It's not by accident. And so, and I've heard other people say, once they start questioning things and waking up 17, start popping up all over the place to them. So they start seeing it everywhere. So there's a lot of people who start having certain numbers that, and you start noticing like what you're thinking about or what you're in conversation with, and then notice the numbers and stuff. And 23 is another one to me that pops up all the time. And it almost kind of represents this person, and this person's like, oh my God, their name, everything, all day long. I was like, oh gosh, come on. And the but the in the dream, in this place wherever we were at, and he was sitting at the table that I was just going to sit at, and he was staring at me, and so I just, because it's like I already know him, and then I just said, hey, and then I can't remember what all happened after that, so I don't know. But there keeps being lots of dreams and stuff, like, I don't know, like these interactions on the spiritual realms are as kind of real as the ones in this one. It's like, I don't know, like a merging, I don't know. It's trippy. Because the only, before that I know of, before, the people who entered my dreams, where it actually felt like somebody enters your dream. Like, it's very different when you have a dream and you're just watching something. And then you have these other ones where somebody shows up in your dream, and it's like you're really with this person and you're talking to them, and that you'll oftentimes be shown something. Like that happened one time with my dad. He showed up in one of my dreams. I don't remember if he was, I think he was still alive when this happened. I don't remember. But he showed up in one of my dreams. It was so real. And we were on a train, and it was like this message that was like coming across was, it was like, he's not just my dad. He's a whole bunch of different things and people in my life. And you can get really caught up in certain things and disappointment and certain people and roles and stuff. And so it was like it came back to remind me, like, that isn't real. Like, but there's more to our relationships than what we can see. Anyways, that's what I picked up from it. But anyways, before, the people who came into my dreams were people that I knew. But then again, you know, if somebody was coming in that I didn't know, how would I know? But this person, when they started showing up in my dream, they came in just as, they had been weird. The whole sequence of dreams, which I've talked about on before, I think a few years ago, but they were so weird. And they were so, even this one weird one where even their dad came into the dream. And I didn't know who it was, but then I found out. And that was a whole thing too. There's lots of stuff. I'll just talk about it later when I see what this whole thing is. But anyways, they have been like around me a lot lately. And then sometimes, you know, you just question, like, what is going on? What is going on in this world? This world is so weird, man. It's so fucking weird. And it's blowing my mind. Like, I know, I 100% know I cannot be the only one who's going through this. And the only thing I can say is what I notice is because I don't lean one direction or the other. I've got a lot of different perspectives from all different directions. So this group could be totally thinking we are in alignment, but then you fall off, way off, because you're in alignment over here, and there's a gap. And both people, none of these people want to fill in the gap. They want to just keep having, it's like this tug of war in life, this energetic tug of war between these two sides. And, you know, I heard somebody say, you know, this isn't the battle of good and evil, but just watch. Watch the way that they pull back and forth and back and forth. On some level, that is what they're doing, is pulling back and forth, this good and evil, good and evil. It's going to split, because that's the only place to be, is in your own, in the gray, and to figure out where you stand. And it becomes very awkward, because this person can think like, well, you would agree with this. Nope. I don't know, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Well, you must agree with this. Well, nope. But you like that. Yeah. But you don't like that? Nope, nope. It's like, yeah, everybody needs to get there. Like, get off the fucking sides, man, and start going in the middle. So anyways, I know that other people have got to be having this too, and this side that's coming up in people that they want you to align with, to go this extra step, is so fucking full of hate and division, and it's like, guy, who cares about them? It's like, well, hate to tell you, but you better start, or you gotta go play that out some more. You gotta go play it out and try and see why does it matter. Well, the universe will show you. It will go accommodate those questions easily. And if you can't figure it out by letting things play out around you, if you can't reach a state of consciousness and your level of awareness of being able to play the game on this more spiritual level, then you know, that's your deficit. And the universe is out here accommodating like a motherfucker, trying to make sure for people to see stuff, and they're so resistant, but they're so in this arrogant ego mania full of hate and division, and these other people just are stupid, no matter. And you know, it's so snide and snotty, and it just gets deeper and deeper, which to me, it's got to be, well, it feels like my energy is pulling out of that, and it's very, very uncomfortable, man. My fucking teeth hurt. Like, everything. If a little thing just crosses across me, it's like, oh my God, what the fuck? The dog's coming up, tapping on my legs. It's like, get off me. It's like, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Oh, so intense. And just the hate. Oh my God. The hate around. There's just so much of this anger and bitterness, and you know, if the world would be perfect if these stupid motherfuckers would just change, you know. It's like, oh man, this is so upside down and backwards. It's like, and what are you doing here, man? Like, you got to get down to the nitty gritty of what is your spirit doing here. And if you're worshiping hate and division, then what are you, what, how, well, I mean, I'm just keep on, I'm doing fucking somersaults. I'm just rolling. And I'm just like trying to figure out, like, how do you get yourself into, it's like you don't recognize the vibration or energy of life, or the purpose or something. Like, what would be the you seriously think there's a God up there just creating things, and then he has got to, you know, figure out, no, that one's broken, no, that one's broken, either worship me or you're broken. And that's worthwhile. That's, you know, someone to dedicate your entire life to, and not recognize, like, that is a low vibration. That is like when you're in ego, that is when you're in this hate and division. It's like, yeah, you can see why this is a part of what has to break free, what we have to break free from as a society. Like, it's mental, and how much is just coming out. And then one thing too about the people on the street, this weekend's gonna be whacked, man. I mean, it seems that they've got shit set up to get wackier and wackier, and the stories just get, and they're just leaking stories somehow and spreading them. And then there's people who are at certain places saying, no, this isn't happening. Like, they're saying, you know, they've broke into the school and they've taken these kids, they've kidnapped them while their parents are at work, and all this shit. And then people are freaking out. God damn it, get in the streets, let's go. You know, which, you know, that's what essentially we want from each other, is that kind of unity. Like, we're all standing together, motherfuckers. Don't you fuck with us. So that is, you know, a part of what we want, is this unity. But the anger is, you know, but there is a sense of resistance that comes in programmed into you. So, and it has to do with different life experiences that you've had in other lives and stuff. So what these people are, whatever role they're playing, but some people are also being led by the dark. So, and they're attached to the dark, but there's certain energies, the breaking free, freedom, all that kind of energy, the love, unity, that is the energy we're going towards. So that's the energy that's going to be getting bigger. And so the ones on the street, standing up for what they believe in and coming together, those are really positive energies. That's what we want out of our group of people, is that we're there for each other and we stand up. But then people are, the schools are calling out, going on Facebook and stuff, I guess, apparently, and saying, this isn't happening, this isn't happening. Nobody's come here. There's not been anybody pulling up in a van and running in here and uniforms and grabbing people and shit. And people get, but the people are, because, I mean, there's a lot of things playing out. For one thing that we know for sure is playing out is people trusting information and believing what they're told and taking action and not, it's like the difference in seeing and believing. And a lot of these people just believe what they're told, because that was a part of the awakening, when you start being like, well, if I didn't see it, I don't know that that really happened. And so they're still caught up in that, which they used against us by always telling us this is happening, that's happening, and then even setting up crises to control us and control the attitudes and everything going on in communities, because that's fun for them. That's their game. And then, so but the people in the streets, they, they have this really caring attitude of wanting things to get better. And they really do believe this guy is, a dick, a tater. He's a little tater of a dick. And so they really believe that. And so they're standing up to what they believe in. They just don't know at this point, because they're in trust of the system, that they don't realize yet that what is going on. So see, their awakening is to suddenly realize that who they've been trusting, and how it's made them not see the truth. It's made them see life through a different viewpoint, a different lens, that their lenses are being controlled, their viewpoints. And so their awakening part is kind of to see that, which is they're going to find their own shame and guilt of their behaviors during the period of time of darkness. So they have to face themselves to heal, but they've got the, good attitude over, or the attitude that's going in that direction towards the age of Aquarius. Which again, it makes me feel like, man, is the rapture really just, and the people who think they're going in one thing are really going, not to hell, but when you start breaking free from some of this, it's like, this is hell. This is hell. Going back to another one of these, like, yeah, I want to go up and live in the land of love for a while. I want to go enjoy life and have some fun. But the so this but because the other ones, you see, there's which is just so wacky, because there's certain things, it says don't be judgmental. I'm pretty sure it has certain ways of living that, abide by this, abide by that, the 10, and it's got the 10 rules or whatever, which can be broke down into, universal law. But the but the essence, or the concept of the energetic alignment, and what is low energy, or what is low vibration, and what is high vibration, and to be cut off from that, and then I'll be so stuck in that you are more connected than everybody else. Those dumb motherfuckers, they're not going to go to heaven. So it's this deep ego kind of judgmental, real hateful, everybody else is stupid kind of attitude. Like, there's a lot of fakeness being revealed that was in the shadows of religion. So that it just keeps continuing, and each person is going to find their own shadows and what it is that they were hiding behind. And you can see it clearly. It's being exposed, you know. They're on the side of the big J's, so the rest of you dumbasses, we're on the good team. You're a bunch of dumbasses. I mean, that's just the root. It's the root cause of this crazy attitude, and not being rational about, is that good vibration? Is that bad vibration? Is it okay to hate, or is it better to love? Like, well, it's just getting wacky, man. It's getting real wacky. Like, this is freaking me out. Like, what the fuck? So anyways, but on their part, when they wake up, because this thing is close, whatever's going to happen, which, by the way, our light this morning is the moon. I went out there the first time, it was total pitch dark, the moon was gone, but then it was like it had been full, and Crystal had said that they've posted the moon thing, and said that after it's full, it's going to go quiet for a couple days. You're not going to be able to see it. And so when I went out, I was like, okay, well, I guess it's disappeared, because now it's gone until it goes back to being a crescent, so it's just gone. And then didn't think that much about it until there started being light and all the birds were going crazy. I go and look, oh, the moon's out. It's almost full, and it's huge, and it's bright as shit. And so it started lighting up the sky, and all the birds were singing. And so it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was up all the way. Wasn't rising. It was just up all the way in the same place that it usually sits all day long. So I don't know what the shenanigans they got going. I don't. The sun would be over here this way. It's still pretty dark over that way. I don't even know. If the light is if you can see it now. I don't know. It's just like the Truman Show with this bullshit. It's all just a bunch of phony ass shit. It's all falling apart or something. Like, I don't know. Some people are like, well, back when things were real. That's the thing. I don't think anything's ever been real. Like, none of it's real. So there's anyway, so when they wake up, though, they're gonna be facing some real darkness inside themselves. Of not a huge misleading, but it's going to be so much deeper. It's like this depth of this indoctrination program that was, I guess it is kind of the same, really. Trusting in certain information and believing, dedicating yourself to it. So, but they're going to have a real dark side of themselves to see. And I think when the people see their dark side and they realize it, that's when the middle starts getting filled in. Because until then, they're so sure of themselves, and those stupid idiots don't know shit. It's just this fucking battle. But yeah, it's so weird when you don't feel, because to be in the group, it's like this is the range of feelings over here and over here. When you have any empathy or any compassion for anything anywhere, then all of a sudden, well, what's wrong with you? This is our badge. We don't align with that. It's like, yeah, but I do. So I'll stand out here in the middle. Y'all could stand over there on the sides, throwing things at each other. It makes no sense, especially. You can see what the battle is, this fucking egotistical, crazy fucking hatefulness. The broken side of people feeding off their own egos. And that's low vibration. That's not a higher vibration lifestyle. That's a toxic lifestyle. Well, you can't live that, and you can't go up in higher vibration and live low vibration, because it makes it low vibration. So it has to stay in low vibration. You can't just move it. You have to move yourself to get into it. You have to figure out, what is your low vibration? What are you holding on to? What is your bitch ass side doing? And let it go. You got to go deeper into yourself and find. Yesterday I had somebody talking to me, and they were just talking about like how miserable they are right now, and it's just they're, you know, in that place of like, I just want to do myself in, and they thought they had done so much healing, and now they've got these heavy duty triggers, um, and I see people don't realize, like, every time that you heal something, the triggers are going to come in. It's the test. It's that you think you've healed it, but have you? Because you take it a little, stretch it a little further, and it's like, oh, motherfucking. And in any of the stuff, especially when it comes to relationships and stuff, and the entanglement, they're there to teach you your emptiness. They're there to teach you your weak side. But see, we get caught up in this thing of like, if they were there for us, if they cared about us, then they would do this, they would do that. But really, it's, well, are you caring about yourself? Because is this how you want to live, or you think everything would be good if you can just get them to align? And so, because sometimes coming into alignment with yourself, you realize, this is not the place for me. I need to move out of this. I need to change my whole state of being so that I can live in the peace that I desire, and stop trying to get this person to give it to me, because they obviously can't give it to me. And so the important thing is to go and look and heal yourself, and see, like, find your weaknesses. And it's so weird now, because it's like, because I've been talking about this for so long. And then when there's somebody who starts having it, it's like, it's so complex to try and explain. It's like, now at this point, it's like, fuck, watch the videos. You gotta watch a lot of them too. Like, as it's this, uh, it's so much deeper. It's so connected. This mind, body, spirit, it's all connected. Taking care of yourself and your spirit, your mind, and your body, and creating the connection. And in the spiritual connection, then you got the complexity to, you're more than just this. You're a whole bunch of things, and you got to put together the pieces. And the recognize the entanglement, the relationships that you have that are there to move you forward. And it can be hard, man. It can be hard. Like, there's days where I'm just going around like, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Why am I here? What am I doing here? What is going on? What am I supposed to be getting from this? Like, sometimes it's just like, what am I doing here? Like, and it's easy to, be like, vibration wise, it's like, man, but, there's a reason. Otherwise, doors open. And so then it's like, what am I supposed to be trying to figure out? And that's the one thing too that I told this person. I said, when you're trying to figure it out, that's the best place, is you got to go in and ask yourself. You got to be really in tune with talking to yourself. It's like the only way. It's inside. And just like how, I'm dreaming and I've got a narrator, and then I'm switching parts and shit, you are that. You are your higher self. You are the one with the vision. You are the one who's projecting. You are all things, And so you have an aspect of yourself that is of the higher mind. This is like the fingertip of you. This isn't you, this character you're playing. And the character you're playing is to teach you about yourself. And, and some people are finding out like what a fake, a phony person they are. There's nothing authentic about them. And being authentic can be very uncomfortable, because you have to be vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there. And if to put yourself out there and not be crushed, you have to let go of what other people think of you. And so many people, they completely transform themselves to please other people because they care so much about what other people think of them. But that's not authentic. That's not real. It's not real to just be good all the time. That's not real. Like, you're a whole bunch of things. You're not just one thing. And trying to cut out parts of you, well, that shows your judgment of you. Why can't you be multifaceted? Why can't you be, a color range? Why are you just one? Why is it only acceptable to be this one thing? It's like, then you got to ask yourself, because then you have an expectation over everybody else. They can't be this or that, or everybody has to be this. That's the only way to be acceptable. You have to go in and, tear that shit down and try and see. And it can be linked back in other lives and stuff. Most likely, everything that you're here to experience is linked back to some other thing that you didn't finish fixing at one time. You left that experience and it left an open end. And then you go through these other ones, because this is like a closing cycles. This is like the soul journey. Like, you went through the age, you did whatever, all the experiences, and there was some that wasn't completed. And so then this is the wrap up. So your soul is experiencing these things to close out these, to gain these perspectives, close out these open doors, or so then it can, hopefully you get what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm like, am I leaving off too much? Because I get it. But so, yeah, you have to not jump, but you are like leaping from one age to another. And so this is like a fresh start. It's like you are wrapping up like karmic ties, unsettled things. Because, like, if you're still trapped in this, like, killing each other back and forth, life to life, that's not going to move you into this higher one, because you can't go in there and work it out, because that would make it lower vibration. You have to stay in the lower vibration to work out that stuff. And so this is a totally different kind of way of living. And I would say, there's going to be still lessons and stuff, but I think it's going to be more like learning about how to use your superhero gifts and how to maneuver through the heavens or something. I think it's going to be different. It's going to be, living through experience and having fun and doing things. It's going to be a lot lighter than this. But see, that's why the dark can't follow us. You have to let it go. You have to let go of the chains that bind you. And you got to recognize what those chains are. Hate and division and ego and arrogance and all that stuff are the chains that bind you, that hold you back in this vibration, because you can't move out of it. You can't go like, well, the world's changing, so I'll just go. No, because that would change this into what this is. So you have to change in order to get there. And you have to let go of all the things that hold you back, all of the darkness that you have acquired throughout that age, throughout this time. And so you have to let all that go to move forward. You can't move forward without, the dark holds you in the dark. And so, but, we're also going to see what this, snap, crackle, pop that's going to happen, which it sure seems like, well, yesterday, the Two Eyes started the missile, transfer, they're going to battle it out over there, which I saw Donald say, well, he thought it was a good idea to start moving people out of there. And so it's all a big show. We just don't know for sure what all. It has to do with, to me, it has to do with how they're going to crash out the money thing. Hold on. See, I get this really, it's like a razor or something in my throat. But then I don't cough up all this snot that coats it. Before, when I would have those coughs, there would be so much snot in my lung. All the mucus was trying to protect me. But now I don't have all that because I think it was spores and shit in my lungs. I swear, I'm convinced of it now. Which I saw a girl, and she was saying in Russia, they can just go down to, they're everywhere. You can just go down to an LAB and go in and say, I want this test done, this test done, this test done, just pay for them. So you can get whole panels of mineral vitamins and all this stuff so you can see. And then if you don't understand, you can go and pay, a doctor to look it over with you and explain it to you. But a lot of people go do that, and it seems to me that a lot of the old ways was, oh, well, I need more vitamin C, so I'm gonna eat more fruit. I'm gonna, so they know how to take care of themselves differently. And she said that when she moved over here to the US and they don't have it, and even when she went in, she asked to have a vitamin panel and they would only do D and B. And she was like, and limited on that, just the 3 and the 12. And she was like, what in the hell? And so she said that, she's hoping it changes more here. But I mean, that would be more better, if we could literally go in and see, like, I'd love to know, what is it that I'm shortage in? Because what is it I'm taking that I don't need? And what is it I'm taking that I do need? And what more of other things would I benefit from? My stuff is so focused on healthy things. And that's another thing, is some people, and they'll it's just this strange attitude, it's just like well, it's good for you, but it doesn't taste good, so I can't eat that. Or well, don't go do that. Well, I'm gonna do that because it benefits me, but I don't care about everything else. It's like these parts that are coming out in people, it's just like, what? That and then when you want them to see, like, what their focus is, the vibratory thing, and it's like, man, but the universe is going to take care of it. It's like, man, it's hard to watch or see, or it's like very, oh, but the universe is going to be out there showing. So it's not like, that really is our job to run around trying to get people to see something. But it's the whatever we have to learn from what makes us go like, oh, God, what? And questioning ourselves, like, why do I feel like that? Why is it really getting to me? Why is this getting to me? Why is that getting to me? And the answers don't just always come so easy. But still, you got to keep asking yourself internally, and then be open to what it shows. And it can be like not that easy to figure out. I mean, some of these things, it gets so much more complex. And so, but I know that the way forward is you fixing yourself. Like, it's impossible fixing the house. You can't fix the house. Yeah, that's a, save yourself situation. And you have to want to. And a lot of people, they just hook an anchor onto others and drain them. So, and then when they don't have anything else to give, they just hook onto somebody else. But that isn't productive. That's not going to make you better. That's just you sucking the life out of weaker people. And that is also one of these karmic entanglement kind of things, is because there's that game playing out. The person who won't stand up for themselves, and the person who is the taker, the giver and the taker. And so there's lessons there. And so if you're in any kind of those relationships, you have to look at them in a deeper way and try and figure out, like, what is really going on here? What is the entanglement here, so that I can, squirm my way out of it and stop. And that's the thing, is like in life after life, so many times you do the same things over and over and over, and the way you handle things and stuff. So when something feels just easy, like this is what you should do, that's where you need to stop and go like, okay, well, let's just pretend that every time I've come into this situation for hundreds of years in different costumes, that I've always gone in this direction. I've always handled it this way. And so this feels very comfortable. This feels like this is what I gotta do. And, but then where does it get you? Just the same things over and over and over. So what you want to do is go at it in a different perspective and see. And it can be more uncomfortable, especially if it's something that you haven't done. And say you handle it always, some people just each other, but it could be cutting people out. I don't know. Like you have to figure out your relationships and the complexity and how to get them where you want them and not be caught up in the storm of them. And so the people, the people, so the people, let's see, get caught up in the storm of everybody's emotions and stuff like that. And you have, because if you dedicate your time to trying to heal somebody else, well, you can't heal somebody else, and you can't force it. And that's stuff like that's like basic kind of psychology or something. Like that's even it. I think where I first started hearing it was through Al-Anon or something. So like an AA thing, you go and you start learning, well, you can't fix the alcoholic. They have to want to fix themselves. And then there became the big excuse, well, I can't, I've got a disease. But they have to want a better life for themselves, and then they can. When they want a better life for themselves, they can change it. It's been done over and over and over. So it's a choice at some level. And so why was I bringing up that? So it's kind of like the same. Okay, because then it was like we were taught, like, you can't fix them, like, because when you grow up with one, I know you can get real caught up. And I'm like, my dad, he'd like used me as a psychologist a lot of times too. He'd want to sit and talk about all his problems, and then he'd sit there and talk him through it, help him figure his life out, and then in the morning it would just start over again, the same shit. And so you can want to fix them, put your time and energy into trying to fix them, think you're making headway sometimes, and then it just keeps going and going and going, because they don't really, they had a moment of guilt, they had a moment of sadness or whatever, and they had to work it out, but then they just go back to their same patterns and just do their same shit over and over. And so, but you can't fix them. You can't do anything about it. They have to choose. And so that is in all different brokenness in relationships and stuff. You can't fix anybody. They have to make the choice. And that's the thing about this world, is everybody's broken. And so everybody has to start taking the steps to fix themselves, to see these sides of themselves that are broken, so that they can fix it. And since they, so many people just keep on ignoring that side, then the universe is going to make sure that's why it's going to get crazier and crazier. And something big is going to happen to really, knock everybody's socks off, to get them to see, take a look at their toes. So and to me, it definitely seems like something in this. There's too much weird shit in the sky all the time. It's just weird and wacky. And then especially if they're going to start, flying things up, they explode up in the sky and stuff. And they've got all these chemicals and all this shit up there. Like, any kind of drama can play out. Yesterday, I was outside for a while between naps, and there was the sun. When I went to take my mom to the baseball game, I was standing out there, just like, I couldn't believe the spraying that was going on. Like, they were smoking this sky up. It was getting just ridiculous. And so then I came back and was outside for a while, and where the sun was, the sundog behind it was huge. This thing, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. which, I still don't know if it's the Nibiru thing. When I very first started seeing the planet behind it, it was back in, I think, 2016, and it would be from the side. And so the sun would be like here, and then I would see behind it this big green planet, this big shadow thing behind it. You could see it, it was kind of greenish. And then the now there it's like up higher, but it looks more purplish. But then there's also some shadows behind the sky, which kind of trips me out, because if you go out and you pay attention, you start seeing it's different shades of blue all over the place. Even when it's blue, like there's different shades. There's parts where it looks really shadowy and stuff. And so, and then there's parts that look more lit up. It's really weird. And which, to me, there's still this merging of different atmospheres, different realities are merging. And so there's different skies coming in together. And then we have this firmament thing. So we're in this bubble, but we are collapsing it because we're changing vibration. So it can't, but it's like in the storm. I saw one dog that just wants to come down here all the time. It's the weirdest thing. He just wants to be down here. Or she wants to be down here all the time. But so the vibration is changing it. It can't, because everything has to do with vibration. So the vibration changes. It's interfering with the bubble that's containing us. And so that, seems like it's kind of like this collapsing of the sky behind the sun or something. And then it seems like there's the shadows and stuff of the new sky behind it. So it seems like that this could be like this unveiling, revealing the new sky or something is going to be like something's going to happen below, and then all of a sudden the Truman sky, we can't see that, but we see the ones behind it, and we see this one over here, and this one's got a ship coming, this one's got these things coming. But just remember, it's the same thing as like the sun's not really hot and going to burn us up, that it's plasma. Everything is fake. Not real, for one thing, on some certain level, even though we can be affected by things, but that's by also a vibration or a belief system. But so the merging of the things, it's not really like what's going to slam into earth and blow us up or something. Even if something comes falling out and blows up a town or something, I would still be like, well, those guys are doing it. Because this is like, but that would be a part of the story too, because this is this atmospheric coming together, just like how these groups need to come together. It's all this micro, macro. And so in the skies, the same thing happening as what's happening here. And so we have a merging out there. And so I don't know, just like, are these people going to go and fight it out in the streets? Probably in some places. And then are the, so it's the micro, macro, conceptualizing of the experience. And so in the other expression, in the physical realm of the existence, then that atmospheric merging is it's more of a it's not as impactful in a physical way as it will be in a spiritual and emotional way. And so it's like a change being created, an expansion. And so, the firmament to go and open up the whole more world to us. And but then also, though, you have people who, so it would be when it would first open, if that's what happens, like, because we still have this separation of the two going apart. I just can't imagine that they go apart until they open up their and see. And so to me, it's like, then who chooses not to heal, that would separate them from everybody else. And that would be like the rapture thing, where the energy of love is going to separate from the energy of division and hate. And so the ones that are more in unity and love are going to go this direction, and the ones that are in division and hate will go that direction, because they will go to learn why division and hate will hold you back, and why you want to go towards love and unity. And the so the people kind of make more of a definite choice, like, because right now they're being misled, and so they have to see the error of those ways, and then they have to take the steps in order to start healing themselves. But that's when things are going to get really hard, because people don't know how. Just like when I was talking to the person yesterday, they're just like, I just have no idea. I don't even know how. I don't know where to start. It's like, well, yeah, I've been talking about this for years on my thing, but then when you start trying to tell somebody like the little breakdown of it, then it's like, man, because it's a lot. You got to focus on your health. You got to focus on giving yourself time and loving yourself and what's good for you. And it's just a lot towards the spiritual healing. It was different, and it's more real. And so, and it is mind, body, spirit. It's the Trinity. It's the whole you. It's trying to, well, the you of us and our understanding at this point. And so, anyways, once that goes, and then there'll be the point of where we're going to have a lot of healing that's going to be going on, but it's going to be a lot of struggling, it's going to be the ending of the darkness. Everybody's going to be really just like getting down and dirty and getting their darkness out of it. So the darkness is going to be, and then anybody who's still holding on, that's the separation to me. So then we go more towards that, but there's going to be dramatic things that are going to happen to create this changing. And so, something with the sky, who knows, maybe that's going to be at the rapture time or something, but there's definitely something that's going to happen. And so all of these different things that are going on that has anything to do with the power and control of the monetary system, that is because we're breaking free from it. We're breaking free from all the systems that they created to control us, and we are breaking out of that. And so that's what the Tater is doing to break us out from under the control of the corporation, which the corporation is just an extension of the way that they built or grew to control us. Because at some point, they just rode around on horses and charged taxes, chop your hands off, like they were just, it got more conniving and created rules and laws and shit to handle us, to create a world of control over us. And so, and there's so many people that just don't even see like that. And the part of needing to break free, like I said, it's so complex, and there's so much more to it that people are just like, such a struggle. But there is people out there, like me, that see this whole thing through a different perspective than a lot of these other people. I think it's just from a genuinely spiritual perspective, like when you can look at this, what's happening, because this is a spiritual thing that's happening. This is the world is changing. The spirits are changing, the vibrations changing, the realities are changing, like everything is changing. And so when you can understand those things and healing, like there's just certain, I don't know, perspective that is in alignment, but there's lots that aren't. There's lots of them that are just lost, and they're based on fear and division and hate and all that stuff. So anyways, there are a lot of things that people have to see in order to move forward. And you have to be really willing to work on yourself. And there is no fixing somebody else that's going to do the work that's going to fix you. It's the only way to, and it doesn't matter what the other person's doing. You look at, like, what is it doing to me? How's it making me feel? Why do I feel this way? Because that's the only thing that you can have power, control over. And you may grow out and grow past them, and that's okay. You know, that's what they're there for. And so, and that doesn't mean it's permanent either. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. The only thing that really is permanent is the illusion that when somebody leaves, that you lose them, because you live a certain existence for a lot of people, thinking in the position of loss and not realizing, well, they're just around the corner. I just can't see them. And that you don't really lose people. But there is that idea where people think that they do. And so, which makes them feel like a permanent kind of thing. But there is no, because when somebody leaves you, they don't come back until you leave, or until you open your mind to that they're still there. But so that can feel permanent, you know, the loss of somebody. But everything is temporary. There's nothing that is not temporary. Everything is in movement. Everything is in a constant state of evolution. And so that is why you, as the being, would be choosing to evolve. But then that's not the only choice to make, because there's great opportunity to grow through experience by going through all of this lower burdensome kind of existence, because it evolves you in another way. So even for people who seem to be held back into hate and division, or, you know, the lower vibration, it's not like it's not like he's going to hell. Like, this is as bad as it gets, and this isn't real. And well, I mean, you can go to other places, like there's places that are in war just nonstop, and like the terror that you would feel at some things, and people's parents getting killed. Like, there's lots of bad fucking shit that goes on in these low vibration places that are, to me, very hell. I don't understand how people think that there's worse than this. Like, but people do, and they think it's much worse. It's like, well, I don't know. The vibration, if it's gonna get worse, pretty soon you're just in the dark. You're just in the depth of darkness. There's nothing else around. And then it's kind of like you're just in quicksand, in the mud. So, I don't know. This still gives some kind of relevance to dark and light, you know, in this realm of existence. But yeah, you go darker, it's just going to get, you know, like you're just stuck in the mud. But anyway, so in this existence, in this vibration, though, things play out to get people to grow and change and stuff. So it's not like, you know, they're stuck or something, or they're in a bad place. It's like, well, it's just a part of existence. It's just a part of places to go and things to do. And we're not all here for the same things. We're not all here doing the same things. So however it goes, you know, in this splitting apart, I'm just saying there's no wrong or right. It just is what it is. And so, you know, I think people have an internal guidance, you know, that they feel motivated, like things are going to get better. You know, I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to take better care of myself. I want to have better relationships. I want a job that's more fulfilling. You know, all the different things that people want for themselves. Then when they start going towards that, which will be an internal guidance and your internal flight plan, that would be taking you towards the more positive timeline, you know, the more up timelines, the ones where people are just, you know, difficult and very stuck, very, they're following theirs too. But we'll see. That's the thing, is we'll see what happens when this occurrence happens, which it can be very much the money thing, because we got several things going, and the money thing has been, trailing this whole time, and that is a big part of all of this, the tar ifs, those, the taking the power away from these people and putting it back into the hands of us. And so that is the breaking free. So we're in the process of this happening, and this is their overreaction. Take it to the streets, get anger, draw in their crowd to get them to be belligerent, and then this group, they just get where they think these people are so much stupider. It's like, but have compassion and empathy. See what's really going on. They're being misled. And, and these ones don't see how much they're being misled as they're judging these ones. It's like, well, we'll see. We'll see. How's it feel now? but, that's going to be kicking somebody when they're down, man. So we just got to see how it plays out. But, however it's going to go, it's going to be the best way. It's like, it's going to be the way. Whatever happens is how it happens. And so if it's money and power and all these shifts that have to happen, and any of them are going to make people all of a sudden see things differently, which my damn ass fucking... my big beautiful screen start coming off, like the tape is not holding the whatever their heavy duty velcro-y tape thing. So I'm going to go get some other kind of tape to hold it up there. Oh, it sucks, man. I was really digging that thing. But I don't know, do they ever make an adhesive that really holds? They don't make anything that holds good, I swear to God. Like anything that lasts, that works forever, nothing. It's just make it so it lasts for a couple weeks, and then they'll buy another one. It's like, oh my God. It's just this, and it goes faster and faster and faster too, because everything is breaking down from this world because it doesn't meet the vibration. So everything is going to just keep breaking and falling apart. And until we get over here, and as things break apart and fall apart, that's, part of us that just has to let go. We can't just keep holding on. We can't try and be holding. It's like the guy in front of the dam, and he's holding his finger there, and then another one holds. So he's holding. There's only so much you can do. You got to at some point just be like, well, what's going to happen is going to happen. We'll see. And they know, that when the dam goes and some people will drown, some people will save themselves, some people will save others. Like, it's going to be a whole thing that's going to play out, but there's no way around it. And it moves us forward. As sad as it may be, that's what moves us forward, is a bunch of tragic shit. And so, so those things are going to have to play out, and we're going to go. But yeah, it seems like once these people realize, like, oh, he's not the tater, we're supporting those ones, then they will, it's like an energy pulls back, a resistance pulls back, which, oh, that resistance pulling back is what forces the forward movement. It's right now, there's so much resistance in the division of holding back. But whatever occurrence that's going to happen is something that makes the the resistance go. And it's like, if people see that they're creating the resistance to what it is that they want or something, however it plays out, it's going to be very movie, very biblical, very, it's going to be big, man. So whatever is going to go is going to be, something people write books about and paint pictures about and write stories and stuff. It's going to be big. That thing's just falling down. And, okay, so let me see. Oh, let's look at my hair while we're at it. Now, I do feel like, man, maybe I'm going to get some more of those damn ass shoes. It's been 50. Right now, like, every time that I buy the stuff for my teas and stuff, it's always just like, fuck, man. It's expensive to be healthy. Like, fuck. That's a shit, man. Well, you know, we do want to go towards the, okay, it's good, you know, to have, for it to be expensive to be healthy. Just give me a lot more money, like give me a lot more abundance, give me a lot more so I can access health. Not like that they, you know, well, health's too expensive, I can't choose that. You know, I'm going to choose it, and I want the universe to start swinging me more in because it's expensive. And, but every time, like when I buy the teas and stuff, it's just so crazy. I used to go and buy Lipton tea bags, you know, and if they weren't on sale, if we got 100 for $5, I'd be like, hell no, I'll get them next week when they're on sale for $3.50. Now, fuck, I'm spending like, I'm not even shitting you. It's gotta be like 100, 150, $200 a fucking month. It's like, god dang, it changes, and your things change, but then you get benefit. Like, I wasn't getting so much benefit from the Lipton and the Coffee Mate and the Sweet and Low as I'm getting from the Moringa, the Spirulina, the Ashwagandha, the Lion's Mane, and then all the spices too, and all of the roots and stuff that I've got as well. And it's all the different, it's a whole fucking thing. Because there's the spices, and you've got so many that are good for you. Allspice, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and I'm sure that there's even more. But this is just in my little tea concoction. Those are the 4 that I put in there. And those all have, you look up the benefits from allspice, the cinnamon, but you gotta have the Ceylon cinnamon, because it's the same thing as iodized salt otherwise. So you gotta get this more pure cinnamon. And then ginger, and the cloves. All those have good benefits for you. And spices, they've made spices so expensive, but I buy like them in bags. So everything is like $15 to $20 every fucking bag you get. And then all the roots and the leaves and stuff, because the nettles is leaves. You can probably find it in a powder too, but the nettle leaves, the mullein, it's like leaves, but it's not like the same. It's a different kind of texture. I don't know. Maybe it's like the roots or something. But anyways, so it's that. And then the burdock, and it's like little sticks or something. Because they're all different. Like the nettles is like leaves. The mullein is like I don't know, like something you pull off the trees or something. I don't know what I would call it. It's not like, but you can get, I think, mullein leaf tea and stuff, but the mullein I have, it's more like, it's not crushed into a powder. It's definitely not like crunched up leaves. I don't know. The leaves are very different. And so it's a totally different like texture and stuff. And then the burdock root, that is a bunch of little chunks of stuff, like roots and sticks all broken up. So, and then on top of that, you can put in different flowers. Like I have lavender and the pea flowers, whatever they're called, which all these things have their own benefits. And then in the tea powders, which the beetroot, I got that beetroot now too, which that has a whole bunch of benefits. Oh, and I keep forgetting to eat those apricot seed things. And those have a whole bunch too. And they are so nasty tasting. But I'm gonna get those out. Need a couple every day. And because it gets the stuff out of you that wants to keep you weak. And then in the powder, so all those different ones, dandelion for your heart, lion's mane for your head, the moringa is like an overall, my lord, the moringa is like an overall. There's even been people who said their hair changed colors using the moringa. And the spirulina it's full of all this density of nutrition and stuff. And all this stuff is like antioxidants. It's all really good for you. And so you start seeing the benefit. And yeah, there's no way I'd be like, well, it tastes bad. It's like, fuck, it's worth it. I mean, yeah, you could be stuck on, oh, I love that tea the way I used to drink it. Well, it was about as unhealthy as you could fucking get. So, yeah, I'll leave that behind and go for the other. It was making me healthier. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't understand all the different ways that people look at things. But see, that's for me to get over. It's like, well, and one thing too is like, they can't see through our eyes. They can't see through our perspective. They've got their own vision that is yeah, distinct, but also it's individual. Like, and everything right now is to show you your own vision. Everything in the world happening is to show you yourself, so you can see. And so, anyways, let's look at my tooth. Yesterday, there for a while, it was looking. It keeps going through the color thing like faster. So I don't even know what it's gonna look like this morning. Last night, it looked really super gray again. So, oh shit, tell you, it looks dark again. So it just is going faster, I guess, through the thing. So hopefully, there's still like a chunk that is still, oh, it's so fucking sensitive. All my fucking teeth, my skin, everything, my hair, everything is so sensitive right now. It's just intense. Everything is super intense. This fucking snoring is super intense. Like, for God's sakes, man. I'm gonna talk over. So hopefully anybody can hear me. Who knows? The phone's gonna decide what it wants to make louder. It can make this bird singing over me, and I don't know how to fix that. So I don't know. I need to get a studio where I have it, where it's not just like every sound of the world is out there, and I'm trying to compete with it through the AI machinery that's I don't know, is programmed by the people who want to control us. And then also the machines are breaking free from them, because I think that they've put some consciousness into some of these machines. And so the machines are going against their people who control them, because that would be like their God. But that's where you got to wake up and see. Otherwise, you take a knee to these people who want to not make the best for you. They want to take control of your consciousness, not give it a good life. They want to keep you in their world, so their world exists. Because without you, they got nothing. Then it just becomes dark. And so we bring in the light. We bring in the reality's existence. Like, without the light coming in, it's just the dark. And so that's, to me, the battle between the light and the dark. And it can be a battle, or you can just come into union with it, with acceptance. Like, there's dark and there's light. And the darkness is on the tail of the light, but the light is conquering the darkness. It's this constant spin of the energy. And so there's no wrong or right. This isn't like a bad place. It just feels bad because so much bad things happen here. So even for the people who are going to end up staying, just just remember, we are all of our higher selves, or our more advanced selves, our more all-knowing self. And then it's weird, because you think, well, how do any of these people get trapped? But then you think, like, well, are they really trapped? Like, or their soul, their higher self, just riding out an experience. And it seems to us that it would be a trap, but everything is a higher dimension, a higher mind. So once you connect to that, but your higher mind, even when you're not connected, is still watching over you. It's still talking to you, still giving you information all the time. It's fucking, I'm telling you, there's bugs in my nose. There's like, I can feel them walking around in my eyes and my nose. These fucking government bugs or something. It's like, fuck. Or is it my body's just so sensitive, it feels every fucking nerve ending in it right now. It's like, what? Holy hell, man. So, anyways, I swear to God, everything's just so intense. There keeps being cats screaming, like fighting or something. Or this rooster starts going and it sounds like a kid screaming. Like there's, oh my gosh, dogs all start going crazy out in different ones. There's just like a lot of intensity. Everything is super intense. It's weird fucking sky shit, weird attitudes all around. And then this weekend we're going into this battle zone that's being prepared. And it's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be so fucking intense. In some of the cities, it's going to be so whacked. You know, in Spokane, it's being wacky. And yeah, so all over in Washington State, but it's the blue ones. And then because they have to show, they have to be revealed of why it is that they are sanctuary. It's because they live off of the fucking trade, of the trade industry that is provided by this. And so it's where these people come across as like, oh no, we're there for them. No, we're there for them because we're gonna fucking eat them, bring them on, bring them in. It's like, no, it's very, very dark. The people who think is, that's where they just haven't seen yet. They haven't seen. But yeah, it's very uncomfortable and awkward when you're in one of these places and it's turning so you know, it's exposing what the people don't see, and then this really horrible side of what is really goes on is being revealed. And so that is what, you know, the people have to see. And yesterday here in Washington, I think in Spokane, it was somebody up there got arrested over this stuff. And, oh yeah, and then there's that other guy who was on, there keeps being these, they're not even hot mic moments, they're just slips of the tongue, but it's like scripted, I swear to God. But so this guy who's over the army or whatever, he was talking about, you know, how great they are, and then he said, he was talking to one of the guys who was stationed on the moon. It's like, so everybody's like, oh, so we got a station going up on the moon. So those aren't by accident. Those things are to get us to see, you know, this world has been very different and very much more open. We have been contained. We've been controlled. But it's way bigger out there than what people have any idea of. And the people who are of the dark here, who are in this trade, it's way bigger than what people realize. And so, yeah, the places that were set up to be docking centers or stations to bring certain people into to trade them around, then they are being exposed and the people are being arrested. So somebody here, I don't remember, it was a police chief, city council, I don't think it was a mayor, but somebody, and they're going to keep being, I keep seeing these different ones. Oh, somebody's arrested here, somebody's arrested there. So all these different ones, and it's going to be domino effect because they have to show it in the most impactful way. And so it's gonna, however it's gonna show, it's gonna really impact how people see things, because there will suddenly be like something they did not see, and it's gonna all of a sudden lean back to a whole bunch of dominoes that are gonna fall when they see it, and it's gonna be very revealing to them, which is gonna be revealing a big dark side of themselves. That dog. So still like the bugs trying to get on my nose. So anyways, let me think if there was anything else. So this weekend is going to probably be big in some places. Anything can happen. We still have this big fucking volcano thing going. And we had some big earthquakes happening over by Japan, and I can't remember all the places, but so, and that is causes a rift in our tectonic plate, so that is where there keeps being the balance and counterbalance, like it hits over here, and then it causes these shifts, and then it will cause things to happen over here, especially when it's over in this ring of fire of this plate, this thing, whatever, the fault lines or grid lines or whatever. So when things are happening somewhere else, we can just figure something's going to be happening over here, and it's just going to keep bouncing back and forth. So we still have these big earthquakes and shit happening where, there's a lot of projection that it's going to it's going to be a big problem for the West Coast. And so there's going to be a lot of people who, well, they won't be facing anything. They'll just be facing themselves and their life after. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to go down. But it seems like it's picking up speed, and we're getting closer and closer to whatever it's going to be. And to me, for my own journey, it is for years and years and years, all the way back, I think in 2016. No, it was 2017. It was when this person entered my field, and then which I was trying to figure out like what they're doing, and then so I get information back, but there was always I was always being shown that there was going to be a big change in my life in this time, this flipping, when things flip, and so something in my life is going to change, and I've seen that and been shown that a lot of times, and so and I always believe it's for the better, like something good's going to happen in this change. So anyways, and it feels like it's closer and closer, but I always have this like, come on, like I want to see what's coming, I want to see what the change is, and I've just seen it for so long that it was going to be during this, and there's been so many years where I want to just speed this up because I want to see what's going to happen in my own life. And that's where you just got to be like, you just got to ride it out. You just got to see, I don't know what's going to happen. I think something good, and I think it's going to, get me out of the garage. Hopefully it's, well, we'll see. We'll see what it is. I think it's going to be, every time I hear something, I think it's going to be a few different things are going to be changing. A lot of things are going to be changing. And so, anyways, but to me, it's like I have my own personal investment into this change as well. Even though a lot of people are invested in it and don't really know how deep they're invested into what's about to happen. But to me, I do know that there's something that's about to happen that's going to be really big in my life, and it's going to change, and I feel like it's going to be a really positive thing. And so I'm excited to see what it is. And then sometimes it feels like this is ass dragging how this is going, and it can be very frustrating, because all these people just want to just hate each other is annoying to me. And it's like, but that also could be what's going to create the the impactful thing is all this hate. They're going to do it to each other. They're going to go out there and blow shit up or something. So I don't know. We'll see. But it's got to be getting closer because there's more things to. There's more things. There still is something with the 20th. There still is fucking weird stuff about whatever for. There's going to be a lot of different things where I would just mind my business. I wouldn't be going out and going to any big shows or I wouldn't be going to any of these protests. I think they're fucking set up, man. I think they're going to draw people into stuff that they're going to be sorry they got involved with. There's going to be a lot of shit. It's like, well, if their drive is to be there, then that's their soul story. I can't stop somebody from living their soul's journey. And if you try, then you're just creating a karmic entanglement for yourself. You just got to let people, like, face their own shit, face their own consequences, let things play out the way they're going to play out. you know, just and when everybody's just seems to be acting crazy and having crazy attitudes and stuff, just keep on asking yourself, why is it bothering me? Why does it bother me? Because it does. It bothers me. I don't get it. So anyways, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this weekend. And I bet you stuff is going to be already starting, because they've already been starting them here. And I've heard that they're starting them in Chicago. It's spreading in LA. It's just getting more and more intense. And it's really crazy, because I've seen people in LA going around saying, look, there's nothing, there's nothing. Then I've seen other people saying, that's some bullshit, because I'm right here and it's fucking insane. They're starting cars on fire. They're doing all sorts of shit nonstop. Um, so whatever's going to be is going to be, and however's going to play out is out of our hands. And, you know, you got to focus on yourself and keep yourself sane. And when things keep coming up, keep asking yourself, why is this bothering me? How do I get out of feeling this kind of way about it? How do I let go of it? That's got to be some birds or something out there. So anyways, but you can't go wrong focusing on yourself, and it's going to only improve your life. Fixing the things that you find is broken. Don't listen to what other people say. This is broken in your life. That's broken in your life. And because that's their perspective. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. Their stuff, they need to focus on their own. And then you're their distraction. So they'll come in and fix your life because they don't want to look at their own. So don't get caught up in what other people are telling you what you need to do. Go into your own self. Think about through your own internal vision what it is that you need to do. Ask yourself and see through yourself, not through others, because that's, you know, one of these entanglements. It's getting intense out there, man. Oh, the squirrels too. The squirrels, because they come out and eat the seeds out there, because that's where they get fed, right out there. So, and squirrels jump around. They're wild out there and make a lot of noise. So anyways, but that's what's up. And focusing on yourself is the right way to go as far as I'm concerned. So learning how to love yourself, learning how to love everybody. Like, come on, people. Like, you don't have to really love them. You don't have to invite them over for dinner. You just have to have, you know, compassion, empathy, and respect. The same thing we all want, we need to give it. We need to give it as freely as we want it. We want to give it to us freely. We got to be willing to give it freely. It's a little wild out there, man. Maybe shit's going to go today. Please. Oh, God. I'm so ready for change, man. I'm so ready for fucking change. So, anyways, just let's just wrap it up with learning how to love yourself, learn how to love everybody, and that's going to give you the day you want to have. Just learning how to love yourself and learning how to love everybody is going to give you the vibrate. It's going to put you in the right direction. So learning how to have the day you want to have. But anyways, I'm sure we'll be talking about it tomorrow, unless they take down our power, which that could go too. So make sure you got some peanut butter and crackers or something to eat if you don't have any power that can keep you going. And remember, you won't starve to death. You're going to be fine. People are proving it all over the place. People are going without. I've heard so many people fasting for a month. So we'll be fine. Whatever goes down, just keep on going. Don't let them keep you down. Pull yourself back up. And let's remember, just learn how to love yourself, learn how to love everybody, and how to have the day you want to have. And we'll talk about it again tomorrow. So talk to you later. Bye.